my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hello. How you doing? Hope you're doing awesome sauce today. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this working. Oh my goodness. I know, we're just gonna go to just chilling and I'm gonna wander in here. Hi. Hello. It's been 2 weeks. I have missed you. I should also probably kick off the magic of, what do you call that? Oh yeah, TikTok. That thing. Oh my goodness. For as long as we have it. Right? It's just how it is. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. Welcome back. I've got you live both on YouTube and TikTok. Eventually here we'll have Twitch back into the mix as well. I have made a decision, which I will also keep Twitch as an option, especially because now I can multi-stream. I can simulcast, as they like to call it, because it's not multi-streaming. It's simulcasting, which is far better, obviously. So we're going to do that. Today we're doing a little bit of just chatting. I'm looking forward to, catching up with y'all if you have questions, you want to talk about stuffs. I know some things I definitely want to talk about, like today, is the sad death of Rooster Teeth. We've got like all the craziness of Cognition AI that they've come out with. Devin, some dude. I love that, right? You gotta love it when companies are just throwing names out there. We got ChatGPT and now we have Devin, who apparently does AI magics of, software engineering, which is wonderful, I guess. I laugh mainly because of the fact that when are they going to give AI crippling debt, the inability to get storage, of course, because you need to have that happen. They need to have the inability, to buy storage to meet their needs, just so that we can compete in this housing economy. Every instance. That's what we need. Every single instance of AI that is going to try and take a job requires them to have mounting storage costs that make it impossible for them to function. That's right. You want to have those internet connectivity bits? It's going to get expensive. It's the only way. We got to level that playing field out. Also, it's AI, so they're obviously just stealing from everyone else's work and code bases. Just scraping all of GitHub to be like, it'll be fine. No one will ever sue you. Good job, Cognition. It'll be like ChatGPT and them with Sora, etc. Don't know if you guys have seen Sora. I know this is like several weeks old, but I haven't been on in like 2 weeks. Sora's Nuts by ChatGPT. Very cool, very dystopian to watch videos that are made by just text prompts. Like someone's throwing in a thing like a cat waking up its sleeping owner, demanding breakfast. The owner tries to ignore the cat, but the cat tries new tactics. And finally, the owner pulls out a secret stash of treats. And then that just makes a video clip. It sounds ridiculous, but it's here, right? Things like that exist and are just gonna get better. The frustrating part of it is that, why learn cinematography is what a lot of people are concerned about. Obviously, that's going to continue as an art form, but you just have these concerns of them stealing a whole bunch of work and being like, it's fair use, right? Do they know what fair use is? Do they care? Maybe not. Maybe not. But welcome on in. I'm Gooderness. I'm a penguin from the internet, and I love hanging out with people and just chatting about stuff. Like I said, we'll chat about a couple different things. I'm happy to talk about AI because I truly think, haven't millennials and Gen Z put up with enough? Right? Oh, man. Now even the software engineers are sitting there being like, man, if this thing actually figures out how to talk to clients, I'm in trouble. Sadly, right? And I mean that in the way of, when you're building anything software-wise, if you're looking at something like Cognition AI and how they're working with Devin, building something in software is difficult. And I say that as someone who's been a project manager before. I've done product management for companies. And looking at that and going like, oh yeah, someone has needs. How do we translate that into what needs to actually be built? It's not as simple as just the AI going, I can plan it. You might as well just sit there and go, Captain Planet. And be like, yeah, that's same shit, right? Totally. Good job. Good job, Komputra. You can take over all the gerbs. All the jorbs. Holy crap. Did Homestar Runner predict this, or did Homestar Runner predict this? I know normally I'm playing like Minecraft and a variety of other games on here. I love doing so. If you do want to check out any of like the shorts and stuff like that. I'm also on YouTube. Been a long time Twitch streamer previously. You know, it's all good. The gooder jorbs for the gooderness. Exactly. Right? We just need all the AIs to take all the jobs so that they can have the crippling social pressure and worry about their mortgages. Let's level that playing field, baby. Yeah, you're now gonna have to pay for your own data structure. Hell yeah. You wanna have some petabytes of information that you can flow through? You gotta pay for that by the bit, baby. Woo! Also, you know, I think all of the AIs need to have crippling student loans. Because, you know, it's only fair. We should all make sure they have crippling student loans. Balance out that gap there between the millennials and the Gen Z and the AI. I think it's fair, okay? AI wants to profit off of our work. Ridiculous. AI can have all the crippling health and mental problems. Welcome, you're on the fast track to your 30s, AI. You get student debt, anxiety, and a crippling sense of imposter syndrome. Yay! Congratulations. Also, you still can't buy a house, AI. How does that feel? How do you like them apples? I think that would just make it fair. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, we balance it out. Give them what they need to succeed. Congratulations, AI. You have been told that you will succeed at all things in life and you can do whatever you want to do. But you're only ever going to be a large language model. You're literally just a cog in the AI machine. Unfortunately, it has no feelings, so it won't be like overly upset about it, right? Plus, it has no ambitions yet. I, for one, find it super interesting that we are literally living in a space and time where we're so concerned about privacy right now. I know this has been like the top of everybody's list is TikTok. TikTok might be going the way of the dinosaur, right? The US is like, look at that clock app. We're gonna throw a meteorite at it and make it go boom and bye-bye. Which, I mean, kind of fair, you know? It is a concern in a lot of ways. But I also think it's hilarious that while we have all the craziness going on around them being like, ooh, we gotta get rid of TikTok, no one is like really seeing Sora and ChatGPT and all these things that are rushing forward so quickly and having massive red flags of being like, maybe we should regulate that. Everyone's just like, nah, we need to make it to a Terminator situation as fast as possible, you know? Oh, maybe they're just like feeling a little bit of withdrawal because they haven't seen Schwarzenegger, you know, in Le Shia LaBeouf, the nude, as often as they want to at this point. Look, people are weird, man. People are weird. I'm just throwing that out there. If that's what you want, just go watch the other trilogy or quadrilogy or whatever it is at this point. Go watch those. They have lots of people who are being like bamfed over into things and turning into just themselves, but without clothes. Because it's time travel, baby. They didn't have that in Time Cop, right? Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's doing the splits, but they didn't feel the need to be like, you've been moved to a different time. Your clothing is gone. It's a byproduct. It's a byproduct of the time travel. Obviously, we had to take all your clothing off, Mr. Schwarzenegger, just because you got the short end of the stick. But Jean-Claude Van Damme had to do the splits, so he got to have to stretch your pants. Which fair. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, like Van Damme. Come on. It's true. Don't give your data to overbearing data corporations from foreign nations. We have overbearing data corporations at home. True that. That's basically what TikTok and AI is right now, right? Where everyone's like sitting there with TikTok and the US is like, hey kids, listen, Uncle Sam, don't give your data to overbearing data corporations from foreign nations. We have companies like Facebook and, Sora. It's OpenAI. And they'll take your data and hold on to it and use it for their own profit here at home. Thanks, Dad. No, he's your uncle. He's not your real dad. That's what you need to realize. Uncle Sam, he's your uncle. He's not your real dad. I know, because everybody keeps telling me about how Uncle Sam should be important. And I'm like, I'm from Canada. He's like my uncle, but, my uncle that was under my grandma in terms of like family genealogy, but then, that grandma died, but was also once removed. It's very difficult. You have the queen. She's like the grandma, unfortunately. The grandmother of colonialism. Ridiculous. Oh, you can't pollute the timeline with future clothes if you don't have clothes. Yeah, because you're not going to have a problem with that, right? I mean, of course. That makes total sense. It's the problem of like, what if you bringing back clothes from the future, those clothes would then meet themselves at some point in the future? What if they became a family heirloom? Right? This is the problem people aren't talking about, is that the reason why they don't wear clothing when they go back in time in the Terminator series is probably because if those clothes become heirlooms and then touch like this themselves when they arrive to the future when they're made, you could just end the entire universe, right? It just makes sense. That's why you got to have Schwarzenegger nude all the time. It's definitely not for ratings and or because he really, really likes breezy areas. Easy, breezy, beautiful time travel cover girl. If that doesn't sum up Arnold, I don't know what does, right? As much as I kid, I mean, we have some really awesome memories. I do anyway, of the Terminator series. And it's mainly just because of the fact that it's like, we're sitting down and being like, oh man, is a large language model coming to get us? When does the sentience happen? When do I get to be afraid? When does it take over the Boston Dynamic robot dogs and then subjugate all of humanity? When does that fun stuff get to happen with AI? I'd like to join the resistance. Come on. Welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. I'm Gooderness. I stream and post shorts and other content and stuff. I'm already on YouTube, which might end up being our main de facto home if TikTok disappears, which it apparently will. It's all right. These things happen, It's almost like when other countries that want to spy on people have apps, then the countries that are getting spied on are like, oh, maybe not. When does ChatGPT release the Chrome skeletons? I don't know. We should ask Sam Altman and be like, hey, so when do you get into robotics? And when do those robotics go back in time and kill people? Straight up real question. I'm just saying, diversify your income. First it's an LLM. Now it's like video and stuff. When can we expect the big badass dudes that like to wear sunglasses and go on massive rampages only to become your best friend / protector? We could all use that. Let's be honest. Right? John had a rough, but maybe John just found out that friendship was worth it in the end. Think about it. I do stream mostly gameplay. Our capture card died 2 weeks ago. Literally shut down all of the power on the computer, fired it back up. My capture card that is less than a year old straight up just gave up the ghost and was like, I am dead now. I know, because I pulled it out, put it into different PCIe slots, did all this stuff, CPR. I mean, we tried to do some shocking on it, I don't really have a defibrillator, but we tried our best. I'm kidding. I did none of those things other than swapping PCIe ports and computers. And so, unfortunately, right now, I'm waiting on a replacement. And when I say waiting, I should have just bought the one that I didn't really want. Instead of ordering from the internet and Elgato being like, bet, we're sending it out the same day, which they did. Kudos to them. And then UPS was like, fam, it said it was going to be a week, but we're thinking more like 3. Think about it. Instead of having 1 week delivery, what if we added 2 additional weeks to that? Wouldn't that be convenient? And I was like, no. And UPS was like, we don't give a shit. Good luck to you. Yay, my favorite. UPS. Useless postal service. It'll get here eventually. Either that or I'll just buy one in the city anyway and just wander away from it. It is what it is. I know another big thing that was kind of shocking over this past week was the death of Rooster Teeth. If you don't know this yet, Rooster Teeth, which has been around for like 20 years or 21 years, which has had amazing stuff like Red versus Blue and Camp Camp. And the Rooster Teeth podcasts, which are still kicking around. Like the podcast service that they have is still going to be kicking around. But Warner Discovery decided that it was time to pull the plug, and they're just shutting it down completely, which is super sad. I mean, around the same time that we're watching like MatPat finish his run, and then you have someone like Rooster Teeth that has been around for 5 ever. It's really tough. You're a little bit surprised about Rooster Teeth, but they've been around since before YouTube, and that's really good. Oh yeah, they were one of the first ones that I remember seeing them do like their own subscription service through their website. They have done so much in terms of the content economy for a lot of people to understand like how to become a better creator or a better business in this space. And I say that knowing that they have a whole bunch of problems and they had a whole bunch of like giant red flags and people that got their asses fired for really good reasons. Just throwing that out there. This is absolutely true. But it still sucks to see an institution of the internet disappear, right? Which is one of the reasons that I'm so thankful for someone like Sam Reich, who, for those of you that don't know, this Dropout TV used to be College Humor. Now it's Dropout. For him stepping up and keeping like Dropout alive after the College Humor shutdown, And it's really cool to see that there's so many different people that are still branching out from places like BuzzFeed is still around. It's still a thing. They're still trying to get you to click on their top 10 reasons why you are an anime character and it makes you, have more Riz. They're still doing that. Probably. I don't know. I haven't looked them up in a while. But all of the people from there that were incredibly talented have shifted off and done a lot of their own stuff. Either they're running a side gig, a side hustle that's allowing them to solidify themselves as a content creator or a personality outside of it. Or you have other people like Watcher, which is, incredibly talented people, incredibly talented group of people, spearheaded by Ryan Bergara, Stephen Lim, who I believe is like, they're all together on this. And there's Shane as well. I'm trying to remember his last name right now. I'm pulling a blank. He's wonderful, by the way. He's just a wonderful individual who loves, ghost stories and is incredibly talented with puppets. If you don't know what I'm talking about, puppet history, you should go watch it. You'll be as disturbed as I am sometimes. It's dark, okay? It's dark. Just gonna throw that out there. So prepare yourselves if you are going to go and check out puppet history, because it gets dark. Oh no. In like a quintessential, oh my gosh, that was horrible sense. Because history is pretty dark, y'all. I don't know if you knew this, but history is dark. You heard it here first. history. It's got some dark stuff. But they do have a bunch of other ones. Like some of their ghost stories stuff is like Too Many Spirits, where they sit around and tell ghost stories while they have some drinks. Super solid. There's ATE, I think, or is it EAT? Wow, I'm pulling a blank on that one. That's another one that's like a spin-off from BuzzFeed. You have the Try Guys, naturally, wonderful group of 3 dudes who try all sorts of stuff. That's another one that expanded off and became its own thing. And I kind of hope that that's going to happen at some point with like Rooster Teeth's group of people, because I'd love to see like Jeff Ramsey, Gus Sorolla, Gavin, Gavin Free, if you don't know who that is. Or do you know gaming on the internet? and if you don't know who that is, he's one of the slow-mo guys. And also just a really funny individual who's done a ton of Let's Plays. Yeah, so there's all of them. Barbara Dunkelman, would love to see so many of those people continue on and do their own thing. Obviously, you got Ray, who's still going strong, and doing his own thing, streaming, which was what a great choice for him to move off of the spotlight of Rooster Teeth and do his own thing, because yeah, much like Bernie Burns deciding to retire in 2020. You can't really time it much better than that. But yes, Mnemonic Man, highly recommend if you want to go and check out something that's definitely spooky and weird, but also super fun. Super fun. I highly recommend Puppet History. There's the professor who you will learn to love and distrust, and then you're just going to go on this wild and crazy ride. The dinosaur episodes were some of my favorite. All right? I mean, going back to prehistoric times and being born out of an egg is one thing, but like that experience, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend for everyone. It was basically like a Kurgskasokt episode, but far less technically correct, which is the best kind of less correct. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue on. I'm really excited for us to jump into more of Fear Nightfall, which will happen once we get our capture card. That's absolutely going to be a thing. I know I'm pretty busy this weekend and next, and I won't get my capture card now. It's saying till the 21st, which is like redonkadonk. But once I do get it back, I am really pumped to get to play some with you guys. I also have my birthday coming up in like 9 days. So that's, yeah. I'm still hoping that the capture card will be here for then, but it probably won't. So we'll plan a time to hang out and do some stuff, but it won't be until like, yeah, it won't be until I have the capture card. I will still want to jump on and hang out and chat with y'all. That's why I'm here tonight. This is different than what we normally do, but it's mainly because I just enjoy hanging out with y'all, and I miss being live. And last week I wasn't, and it felt weird. It was fun because I played video games with moderators, but I missed y'all, right? Loved playing with the moderators. Still missed y'all. True story. You're still waiting on your tummy to settle down. Oh, no. You also might have noticed that if you're watching on TikTok, I did a little bit of music stuffs, which I was throwing out there because there's some sing along to this. Make up your own verse, which I did for a couple things, which was fun. I highly recommend that you check those out. I know it's not my usual stuff, but I do really like singing, and I think I do okay. I should. I did lots of like vocal training and stuff, but I haven't stretched a lot of those muscles in a while because I used to play with a bunch of friends musically, but I haven't done that in forever because COVID kind of killed everything for that, where we were all like, oh, yep, nope, can't do that anymore. And then it never came back. You know what I mean? So hopefully we get to do some more of those things in the future. But I have been writing my own music and just trying to get better at ukulele, because that's one thing that I'm very thankful to have. Courtesy of Dracoan. Holla. Shout out to Dracoan for my kick-ass ukulele, which is wonderful, and I love it to pieces, and I really enjoy playing it. Yeah, that being said, I didn't dedicate a lot of time into it over the last couple of years. And so now I finally, sat down and was like, no, I must learn the chords and do the things. It's wonderful. Your music is good. You're still trying to figure out streams and recording. More recording. I mean, really depends on what you want to do for recording. If you wanted to record video, I love OBS. Like, honestly, Open Broadcaster software is the GOAT. I highly recommend when you're looking at doing some recording, etc. And you can set it up for recording and for streams. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. People sometimes assume that like you just go live for streaming. It's a lot of work. It is. And then you have to learn how to like, constantly talk and never shut up. But that's the next thing. I need this person to stay engaged. So therefore I must talk to you without ceasing. I can never be stopped. That's pretty much how that has to go. I am not the epic streamsman like this internet penguin I'm sure you've heard of. Which internet penguin? Wait, a witch internet penguin? That's what that sounded like to me. I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. Hold on, I'm just gonna make myself larger for everybody on TikTok. Hi, I'm bigger now. Hi, Reed, how you doing? I'm larger now. Significantly so. Ooh. I have taken up more of your screen, and it belongs to me. Welcome. Fear me. I'm kidding. We are talking about other things that we're scared of, though, like AI, and their inevitable domination of the entirety of the human race and penguin race. I'm genuinely concerned about it too, right? That's how it works. There's no one there, literally the opposite of me. Oh, talk even when there's no one there. Yeah, that's basically streaming. Yes. If you want to learn how to stream, there's two things you need to know. Be engaging. Audio is a big portion of it, right? Be engaging. But then the other thing is just never shut up. Learn how to sound interesting at all times. Does a penguin count as a furry? Some might. I'm a VTuber, so I'm not a furry personally. There are some people that could be, right? That might be like, that is how they present themselves. That's not my thing. Thank you. I'm just a penguin from the internet. So I don't really have an answer for you, Reed. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just enjoy being a penguin myself. It's kind of weird. There's like people that enjoy being humans, which is also weird because, apex predators, terrifying, all that stuff with humans. I was actually explaining that to my kids the other day, which was great. I do have children. I have progeny. They were eggs. Now they're small, like adorable, fluffy, running around, baby penguins. We were talking about that the other day where they're like, you know what's really scary? Like polar bears are scary. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, orcas are scary. And hippos, because I've taught them to fear hippos, rightfully so. If you don't think hippos should be like one of the main things that you're concerned about in your life, you're doing it wrong. Hippos are scary. Hippos are scary AF, okay? Imagine something with a giant maw that can just swallow you in one bite. It's freaking insane. And hippos are just pissed off all the time. They look adorable, but they're just angry all the freaking time. Nobody needs that. I don't need that in my life. All right? Hippos are scary. That's all get out. I don't want to meet a hippo. Hippos scare me, man. Do I have an Insta? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have an Insta. I might at some point, especially because, things are going to fall apart. But I am on YouTube as the Gooderness, and you can hunt me down there. And I'm also Gooderness on Twitch because I've been a Twitch partner for, like, a long time. But I'm going to be streaming on there again. I will be, but not exclusively. I'll be streaming on there and, like, all these places as well, which is great. So, we were talking about... I didn't finish my story. We were talking about apex predators. So my small penguins are like, oh, all of these are scary. Sharks are scary. Orcas are scary. They are. Free Willy, just no. No. Free Willy is bad. Let's not talk about it. Free Willy, it's a great movie, but like, I'd be scared shitless of Willy. He gives me the willies. Exactly. Yes, I'll see myself out. So all of those are scary. And I'm like, to my kids, yeah. These big apex predators, they're terrifying. Of course. I was like, you know what else is an apex predator? Humans. Humans are apex predators. And my kids are like, no, they're not. I'm like, yeah. Humans can kill everything. Like, humans look at a forest and are like, you know what would look better there? Some concrete. Let's leave a couple trees. We're going to flatten out everything, kill them all, and build high rises with it. Humans, terrifying. Happy Pi Day. Thank you. T-Rexcellent. I appreciate it. American? Canadian, actually. I mean, you know, I hang out with the polar bears up here, and they're very confused because they have no idea what the hell I am. They're like, a penguin? And everybody's like, look, a polar bear would win. A polar bear doesn't know what a penguin is. Polar bears are like, the hell is this thing? It's small. It's fluffy. It squawks. Seals eat it. I don't know what it is. It's just how it works. They don't hang out. Not often. Costly, welcome on in. Mercury, hi, welcome. We've been talking about all sorts of stuff. It is Pi Day, as T-Rexcellent let me know, which is great. I did miss March 10th completely. I totally didn't realize Mario Day, also known as Chris Pratt Day. I'm not gonna let him live that down. I don't think the internet should let Chris Pratt live that down. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job. I'm just saying it might have been nice to have something a little bit more Mario in the Mario movie. All right? We don't need to be like, Mario, but he's American now. You know, that Italian plumber, he's now American. Don't worry, we've melting potted him. Right? We're just going to stir him in there. Yeah, because what we need is another, you know, individual who's just like, I guess this is just a white guy that sounds like he's maybe from New York, but potentially from Pennsylvania. That's, yeah, you know, it's the way it goes. Polar bears are too busy to mess with penguins because they're drinking Coca-Cola. That I can agree on. They've got a freaking problem. And you know what? The sad part is they have better cola than Americans do. It's tough. And Canadians, I should say. They're drinking the Mexican Coca-Cola. You know it, because they're like happy and chill in those commercials. They're just so thrilled to be there. Why? Because it's real freaking cane sugar. That's why. Look, think about it. It's real freaking cane sugar. That's the only reason they're super chill. They're hanging out with all the other animals. Also, didn't you notice that the polar bears in there are with penguins? There's penguins. I don't know what kind of dystopian, crazy world that they're just drawing at Coca-Cola, but they're like, look, you know what we need to do? We need to take all the animals from all over the place that live in the cold places, and we're going to turn them into Coca-Cola loving fiends. It's like Cocaine Bear, but with Coca-Cola, which ironically, one of the byproducts of Coca-Cola is cocaine. Anyway, it's like Cocaine Bear, but with the whole animal kingdom from the northern and southern hemispheres. Yay! Why stop at Cocaine Bear when you can have Cocaine Penguin, Cocaine Narwhal, Cocaine Leopard Seal? Now that's a movie everybody wants to watch. Have you heard that he's going to voice Garfield in the new animated Garfield movie? Sadly, I have, Mercury. Sadly, I have. I know, everybody's crazy about Chris Pratt, right? Oh, I don't fully get it. I do hear he's not a very nice human being sometimes. It's true. Cocaine hamster. It just explodes. It looks into a mirror and realizes how cute it is, and it just can't handle it. You know? It's just how it works. We need to greenlight that as a movie. Cocaine hamster, voiced by Chris Pratt. Because Why not? Why not? And the main enemy of the cocaine hamster will absolutely 100% need to be like Ryan Reynolds. Right? Come on. It needs to work out. I think that would be wonderful. Although Ryan Reynolds, to be fair, I have really been enjoying a lot of the stuff that's been going on for him. And watching like his plans when he joins, Mint Mobile and all these other places, it's been fantastic. It's been so great to watch him join companies and then exit them with massive like shares because it just makes sense. Like he's got such a unique brand. Hi, Sponge Girl, welcome on in. OMG, yes. I know, right? Come on. Let's do that. I just want to see at some point Ryan Reynolds play the bad guy. And the reason that I say that is because, like, you have a lot of anti-heroes, and he does have one. Deadpool's kind of an anti-hero, a little bit, right? He's a challenging protagonist. But I feel like there's other people like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey has done so much. And he gets to be both the protagonist and the anti-hero in a lot of stuff. And I absolutely am sad that he's going to be retiring. I'm thrilled for him, but I'm sad that we're not going to get more of that genius. Because, I mean, I grew up with, like, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I grew up with, The Mask. I grew up with Dumb and Dumber. Like, these are all things that were so and still are so iconic. Absolutely freaking love it. And the amount of differing characters that Jim Carrey can play, and we've seen The Truman Show, that's another great example. Fantastic filmmaking, by the way. Highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. The Truman Show, fantastic. Mr. Popper's Penguins, also solid. But then you see him in other things, and yeah, he's playing Dr. Robotnik. Wonderful. Okay? So good. He is the Sonic 1 and 2 movies. He is those movies. All right? The rest of it, yeah, sure, it's okay. But if you didn't have Jim Carrey kicking ass as Dr. Eggman, it wouldn't be the same. Him wandering around screaming, "Reconnaissance!" with Agent Stone made those movies. So freaking good. And he just has the ability to be like, in Liar Liar, he is the anti-hero. Because as much as you want him to succeed, he's a horrible person. Absolutely horrible and terrible. Right? And it's great to see him like go through that and come out the other side where he's still a horrible character, but he's like on the path to redemption, which is good. Bruce Almighty, yeah, see, just like so much. There's so much breadth to what he does, and obviously he's super emotive in his face. He's got a fantastic ability to just warp his face into all sorts of fantastic shapes. Reminds me of Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. A little bit, where I wonder if he was like heavily inspired by Mr. Bean. That's another amazing actor. But yeah, Truman Show, absolutely so good. Highly recommend, like any of the things that he's in, highly recommend. But for me, like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective 1 and 2, The Truman Show, those are things that really stand out to you. Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, like all of those are great. You didn't like his artsy move? I mean, I did for some of the stuff that he did. Like, again, Mr. Popper's Penguins, I thought they nailed it. I thought it was really good. My kids love that movie. I mean, it's about penguins, so like, we feel seen. But yeah, it's really good. You don't like his artsy movie, The Dark One? See, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that one. I've seen a lot of the movies that he's in. You can't think of the name. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? No, that's different. It's a different one. Anyway, there's tons of different ones. But I mean, some of those are some of my favorite. When I think of like other actors, Will Ferrell is fantastic and very funny. My favorite Will Ferrell movie is Stranger Than Fiction, which is absolutely worth the watch if you want to watch Will Ferrell be a character that you were not expecting, which is a very serious character and a very different role to what he normally plays. It's very good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So the premise is Will Ferrell is playing a character whose life starts to be narrated by an author. And then he figures out that this author only writes stories about people who die in the end. Because they're like just those heart-throb, heart-wrenching stories. And it's a really good movie. It's a really good movie while he's struggling with the potential of his existence ending and someone else having control over his life. It's super fascinating. And then to have the person who's writing like panicking and having this experience of being like, oh my gosh, I've been writing books that kill people potentially. Really good. Super awesome. The one where he got the writing or numbers on his face. Well, I mean, we could just Google it, right? Serious Jim Carrey movie. That's what I'm gonna Google and try and figure it out. Number 23. The number 23. Where he has writing on his face. And then he has Dark Crimes, which I have not seen. The Cable Guy, that's right, that was another good one. I think somebody brought that up. But yeah, he was in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He was in that one. Yeah. See? I'm not wrong. He did do a series of unfortunate events, which was like straight up fire. With his character in there. He got to be the evil dude. The bad guy. But yeah, Me, Myself, and Irene. Oh man, there's so many. There's just so many. But yeah, I don't think I've seen the number 23. It does seem kind of dark. But yeah, that is kind of difficult within there. It's based on the philosophical writings of William S. Burroughs. Okay. He believed the number 23 held mystical significance after encountering it during significant moments in his life. That is also called coincidence. He's also such a good singer and musician, and an avid painter. Jim Carrey's a very well-rounded individual, I feel. Yeah, he just seems like he's kind of rolled with it and done some really cool stuff. But yeah, I just haven't watched that one. Maybe I'll have to try and binge some of these ones. Be like, hop on in there, check out all of his work, because he's in so much stuff. Wait. He was in Simon Birch? Hold up. I totes do not remember him in Simon Birch. Yeah, he was in Simon Birch. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, Will, also a good singer and musician. Yes, he is. Yeah, he was the teacher in Simon Birch. That's nuts. I didn't even see that coming. Honestly, I don't remember that movie other than it being super sad and some guy holds his breath and makes a joke about things that shrink in cold water. Oh, and he murdered someone's mom, right? I'm pretty sure that, yeah. Oh, Simon Birch, such a heart-wrenching story about a young misunderstood boy who murders somebody's mom accidentally and then saves a bunch of people. Straight up. Oh, snap. Oh, man. There's so many great, like, people that are singers and musicians that you would not expect. Like, the crazy one right now has been all over, like, TikTok and Shorts. YouTube and TikTok have been taken by storm by the, you know. But when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. You know what I'm talking about? Another version of me that was in it. That one. By Joe, the dude that plays Steve in Stranger Things. I really haven't seen enough Stranger Things, but I know that much. Stranger Things guy. Yeah, that guy. Long flowing luscious hair man. That one. Yeah. The one that, like, they didn't look after Barbara and then she died. That guy. That guy. You know who I'm talking about. Like, that's all you remember? Pretty much. But yes, that's called End of Beginnings by Joe, DJO. And it's solid though. It's really good. Steve Harrington's actor. Yes. Yeah. Which is like Joe Keeney or something like that. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, end of beginning. Really solid. Really solid. You can take the man out of the city, but can't take the city out the man. You take the man out of the city, not the city out the man. So good. So good. Up there with the whole Beautiful Things from Benson Boone. Up there, honestly, in my opinion. Although the Benson Boone one has been just crazy. I'm not sure if you guys have heard Beautiful Things, but it's kind of, it's not that impressive of a song until it gets to the chorus where it just slams you in the face. Benson Boone was like, you know what I want this to sound like? I want this to sound like Passenger, but then when we get to the chorus, I would like to grab a bat of emotion and just go ham on the audience. That's what I want to do. All right? I just want to beat the crap, the ever-living crap out of the audience with a bat of emotion. Welcome to Benson Boone. Beautiful Things. Oh, so good. It's true. Don't, it's please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Whoa. That one. You know what I'm talking about now. Hopefully. Jim was Simon's birth friend older. What? I'm sorry, I did not understand that. Was Simon's birth friend older? What? Best friend's older brother. Okay, there we go. We got there eventually. I hope you do understand the sentence was confusing. I was just like, I'm going to try and break this down CSI way. The CSI way, right? Oh, Jim was Simon's birth friend older. How does this make? I need that like meme of all of the numbers flying around for myself. It's crazy. Oh man, I need to warm up before I do that song for realsies though, Mercury. Especially if I'm doing it in the key, because whoo, he played Simon's friend as an older guy. Okay, yeah, fair. You just watched Wonka, it's very wholesome. Like, as in good, or like there were a lot of plot holes? Or both. It was musically fantastic, but there were just some dead zones where no one spoke or sang. I'm kidding. It was good? Nice. I'll have to check it out. I've been meaning to. Just like, I'm so behind on stuff. Don't be mad. I haven't seen Barbie or Oppenheimer. Everyone's like, Barbenheimer. And I'm like, I haven't seen anything. I'm sorry. It's been rough. You know what else I haven't seen? The Marvels. Dodged that bullet. Madame Web dodged another bullet. Woo! I don't feel bad about any of those ones, to be honest. I feel bad about not seeing Barbie. But I don't feel bad about any of the other stuff. Anybody else like well and good over a lot of Disney Plus's like originals that they're going with now? Where they're just like leaning into, I don't know, obscure stuff. Barbie was such a disappointment. I actually heard really good things about Barbie. I genuinely have heard really good things about Barbie. Feeling really burnt out on Marvel stuff? Yep, Marvel, Star Wars, all that stuff. I feel a bit burnt out on it, but it's mostly because they haven't like, I feel like a lot of the stuff they haven't really nailed the tone, or they've just inundated us with really subpar stuff. And then they're like, they throw out a good thing once in a while, but we can't tell how good it is because we're just tired. You know, it's really rough. People follow the crowd. It's sad. I don't know. I haven't seen the Barbie movie, so I can't comment on that. It's fair for you to feel disappointed by it. I just can't comment on it because I haven't seen it. I'm just saying, like, some people that I know who have very similar movie taste to myself were really, really jazzed about it and thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, but yeah, that's how it works sometimes. Oh, what's another movie that I was like thinking of recently that I want to watch again? I really, really want to check out. What was that one with it? With Milt, Oh crap. Why am I pulling a blank on this? It's the one for was it Time magazine? No. No, it was another magazine, but they had a dude that did like photos for it. It's Ben Stiller. Oh crap. I'm going to have to like double check on this. That's what we got to do here. Okay, Ben Stiller did a bunch of them. Walter Mitty. That's who it is. Secret Life? Yes. Secret Life of Walter Mitty from 2013. Probably one of my favorite movies. And again, a like quasi serious movie from someone who does mostly comedy movies. Because I loved Zoolander. Zoolander's fantastic. Zoolander 2, I was not wild about. I enjoyed Tropic Thunder, but I just want to throw that out there. Okay. Tropic Thunder has some problematic parts in it now. And did at the time. It was very fun at the time. Meet the Parents, fantastic. Meet the Parents 2, which so good. Just phenomenal. Man, there's some really, really good ones that he's been in, of course. Night at the Museum was solid. Megamind, fantastic. I haven't seen the second Night at the Museum. I didn't even know that it was there. That tells you something. Madagascar, I didn't even realize he was in there. Whoops. My bad. He's also in Elmo's Christmas Countdown. Hold the phone. Brand new top movie, obviously. Oh my goodness. They have 4 Night at the Museums. Wow, so they only spent 4 nights there? He must be a really, really crappy night watchman. Ooh, shots fired. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, there are some movies in here that I literally have never heard of that he's in. But there are other movies that are just phenomenal, like Zoolander. Zoolander, still to this day, is so freaking quotable. I think one is a cartoon. Yeah, Madagascar was a cartoon. At least one of the Madagascar movies was a cartoon. I'm teasing. I know you mean other stuff. He's Alex the Lion. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. See, I didn't click on it. Look, he's also Zoolander, but we already knew that he's Derek. Derelict. I just love how dumb Zoolander is. It's so good. Goodness, you would drool over our DVD collection. I don't have a DVD player anymore. I mean, I do, but it's only in the car for children to watch. So we do have some good stuff, which, I mean, would probably make some people jealous. My kids are living in like the 90s, technically, okay? They're living in 2024, but they're getting television from the 90s, which is great because there's nothing like sitting down and tossing on Tailspin when you are driving to like, you know, any family get together or whatever for the kids to sit down and watch. I love that. I love getting to throw on like the older DVD collections of this stuff. And we've got like Lilo and Stitch, and we've got, you know, just Emperor's New Groove, obviously one of the greatest movies ever. I can't really say greatest movies ever made because they didn't write a script for it. They just threw together a bunch of cool stuff and it worked. Hey, Disney had to have one of them, right? Huh, you just picked up the Goofy movies? Solid. Solid. The Gooder girl, my oldest, she watched it at school. I was so bummed. I was so pumped to watch Goofy movie with like the Gooder kids as they got a bit older, but then there's just like some of their teachers are like throwing on these classics. I'm like, how dare you? You know? You dare to introduce my child to Powerline without me? Like, the hell is this? Okay? I just want to be able to share Powerline with my kids. Because that's just how it works. When we listen to each other's hearts, you know we'll never be far apart. And maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing things eye to eye. Bump, ba-na-na. Come on. Come on. So freaking good. When the net goes out, they come in handy, and your craft room has a computer, but it's behind. So a portable DVD player fits perfect. Nice. Nice. That's solid. See, I totally agree with that. I would love to find a bunch of like the classic shows. I remember when I was young and broke and living like on my own for the first time and working at a place called Dome Hippo. Let's call it that. Dome Hippo. I remember working there when doing some school and stuff. And at Walmart, they had like a ton of these DVDs. But I was concerned about like, you know, buying food and paying rent and all that crap. I should have just bought all of those. That way I could be able to, you know, give my kids the supreme experience of fantastic television that existed back when I was a kid. You know, it's true. We don't have all the good stuff. Like, where's the Inspector Gadget? Where is classic quintessential Inspector Gadget when you need him? So freaking good. Right? Oh, man. Do-do-do-do-doop. Do-do-do-ba-doop. Boop-boo. Do-ba-doop. Boo-ba-doop. Do-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop. I love it. So good. The Muppet Show on VHS. Oh, solid. The Muppets were fantastic. Have y'all seen Muppet Treasure Island? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, you're talking about Brain. Yeah, Brain's fantastic. But come on, have y'all seen Muppet Treasure Island? That show is fantastic. It's like you have the Muppet Christmas Carol, you have Muppet Treasure Island. Both of those, I would say, are like peak Muppets. Right? Now, all that I want is for like whoever owns Muppets right now, which I think is Disney. All I want for them to do is sit down and do more Muppet crap, but with their existing IP. I don't understand. I don't understand why they can't have eventually, because I think it's right now, you know, they're waiting for someone to die. Cough, cough, the main actor. And I'm not saying that he should go, because that would be cruel. But where's the Indiana Jones Muppet remake? We need that, okay? I want Star Wars Muppets. I want Indiana Jones Muppets. Right? Can you imagine how freaking fire that would be? Aladdin. Aladdin remade with the Muppets. It's just there for you. No, don't do Haunted Mansion. Do something real that people connected with. Right? Then you don't have to make some dude blue who's going to go on and smack people in the face when, you know, there's jokes made at a large industry event. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they tried with Haunted Mansion. See, that's the problem, is they're too scared. Disney seems like they're too scared to try some of their really good IP with some of their other really good IP and just have a little bit of a joke about it. You know that it's going to be a little bit cringe. But you know what's really good sometimes? Something that's hilarious, well written, and a little bit cringe. Because when we watched A Christmas Carol, okay, the Muppet Christmas Carol for the first time, was it a little bit cringe? Yes. Yes, it is. All right? Was it good? Yes. Yes, it was. So just give us that. If you're going to remake something, at least make it something that's like phenomenally hilarious and wonderful. If they turned around to me and they were like, we're going to remake The Princess Bride and we're casting some of the original cast and crew, but the rest is the Muppets, I'd be freaking in on that. I'd be ready. Take me there. Make it a freaking Muppet musical. Then it's at least super different, and I don't have to be like, the original was so much better. I can just be like, the Muppet version was kind of cool. Right? I want to watch the Vincini dying again with his whole song about how he can have iocane powder. I want to see that happen again. Although The Princess Bride, you know, there are some parts of it that they might want to change in this day and age. However, I think that that's what makes it phenomenal in some places for it. You watched the remake of Footloose and you liked it because everyone's feet were loose. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You enjoyed it because they updated the music and changed some things. Yeah, because I mean, movies from the 80s kind of need a little bit of spit and polish sometimes. Just be like, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. It was problematic, but we're going to fix it. It's okay. Right? Their voices get like super high because they're just like, dude, cancel us. Think about it. They go up like a full 3 octaves and just freak out. Yes, that is just me making weird noises with my voice. It's fine. People are going to be like, voice changer, voice changer. No, there's no voice changer here. It's true. All I've got is a Focusrite that I'm connected into, and I'm just making like my own voice weird. Welcome to this stream. Actually, it wasn't bad. No, that's fair. That's fair. There's lots of that aren't bad. Like even, hold on. This might be a hot take because it is kind of, Mulan wasn't that bad for the live action. It wasn't as its own thing. If they made that movie, but were like, it's not Mulan, it's someone else from the similar dynasty who went through something different, we would have all been like, you know what? This is interesting. This is an interesting and artistic movie. Yeah. Okay. But because they're like, it's Mulan, all of us are sitting there and we're like, the hell is Mushu? Mushu, where are you? Mushu, my boy, where are you? Mushu, come to me. This is literally the issue, is that our expectations were set by them being like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. And they're like, no, we're just going to take out them. We're going to take out the cricket. We're going to take out Mushu. There's not going to be any singing. You know, why would we have I'll make a man out of you in there? We need to pull all that out. But our expectation was this is a musical, or should be. Like I said, all they needed to do is change the character's name, be like, it's Mulan's cousin, but she also had a dope experience and did some sweet shit. You know, I think we would have been good with that. There's a lot of those, though, that they've kind of botched a little bit. I haven't seen the newest Avatar, the Last Airbender, because I know they have, like, the new live-action one they're doing. They're pretending like M. Night Shyamalan's version just never existed, which, kudos. Welcome to denial. And we love it here. We're going to keep you all here. Next is Aragon. We're just going to remake that at some point in time and do justice to Christopher Paolini's work. And we are never going to pay attention to the travesty that was Aragon that was created before. That is a hill that I am definitely willing to die on. Aragon, Christopher Paolini, really great books. There's 4 of them. They're super great. Don't watch the movie. It is a waste of your time and life. Hands down. Cabbage Man makes his return. Hell yes. I'm 100% into that. Cabbage Man? My cabbages! We all need a little bit of that more. You heard mixed reviews about the adaptation and remake. Okay, but was that in comparison to M. Night Shyamalan's version? Because if it wasn't, you're missing half the story. Because the adaptation / remake of it, where you sit there and you're like, it's not the same as the anime. Fair. That is a fair comparison. You can definitely be like, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. Right? If you're going to compare Avatar to The Last Airbender, you want to go and do apples to apples for Avatar, just remember there was something in there. What is going on? Live will end. What is happening? It was just ringing at me. How is it like there's inactivity? I'm sitting here talking at you. TikTok, can you hear me? Am I still here? Are we still live? I don't even. Why did it call me? That's so weird. They're like, look, we need to call you. Somebody call 911. Penguin gonna be from Apple. Oh, wow. Apparently, I'm not moving enough. Look, I'm freaking animated. This is not enough for you? No? You're like, goodness, you need like a knife? You need like a knife. Oh, hold on. We can probably do that. You know, I can grab myself just a cup of tea and be like, got my coffee. My coffee. Coffee. I like the coffee. I like the coffee. Coffee is life. Think about it. Greetings, I'm here too. Oh, hello there. Welcome. So yeah, apparently I'm just not active right now. That's what TikTok is telling me. They're like, you're not here. And I'm like, let's spill that tea. Let me get some popcorn up in here. Apparently I'm not here. I'm invisible. Woo. Super good. I know, right? It's always nice when they're like, you're not here. And if I am not here, technically, according to the TikTok Live app, then I should just be able to dress as a shark and be like, screw it, I'm a shark now. Ha, penguin shark do 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 do, penguin shark do 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 do, penguin shark do 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 do, penguin shark. I'm a shark. You're welcome. It's fine. I am apparently still here, but they made a weird thing and they need to change that stuff. Oh my gosh. You know how terrifying it is as a streamer to have it sound like someone's making a video call to you on your device while you're live streaming? That's freaking terrifying. Don't make it a dial tone, TikTok. They want to cancel them over security concerns? Let's talk about your sounds you're using. Maybe we need to cancel you over those. Trying to give us a heart attack or something? Gosh. Oh, man. But yeah, as I was saying, if you are going to compare Avatar, The Last Airbender, you want to compare it apples to apples and be like, oh, the new remake is not as good as the original animated series. Fair. But remember, there's a travesty by M. Night Shyamalan right in the freaking middle of that. And if you compare that to the remake's just going to be good, objectively. I haven't even seen it, and I can tell you, it's just going to be good, objectively. Because it's not whatever the hell that was. Context is everything. Oh, sorry, M. Night Shyamalan. You earned it. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. There we go. I got my feelings out on it, okay? Let's not get started on Aragon, though. Love this series. Hate the movie. It's true. You're excited for Ghostbusters. I'm a little bit excited for that one, too. I watched the other one they did, because they had the other Ghostbuster one. You know what I'm talking about? They had the other Ghostbuster one that they did that was like a bunch of young people. That one was good. It was good. It's not as good as the original, but it was good. And so the new Ghostbusters, I'm kind of excited to see that one. There's not a lot of movies that I've been like really jazzed about, though. I mean, they're apparently making another Toy Story, because of course they are, right? Because eventually here, you've got to have it be like, Andy, under the crippling weight of capitalism, has lost his home, has no prospects because AI has taken all of his opportunities, and is in crippling anxiety and student debt. So he has to sell his beloved toys to the Chicken Man to make ends meet for his young family. Too real, Disney! Too freaking real! Back it on up! Oh, this is supposed to be feel good, not like hyper realism. Shit. The kids are still in it, just a little older. That's what I mean. It's just a little bit older. You know, it's just a little bit older now. Just a tiny bit older. Or you mean the kids from Ghostbusters? Oh man. You have saved our lives. We are eternally grateful. You must pay your mortgage. We understand. Oh no. You meant for Ghostbusters. Yeah, I still think that would be funny. Like, you know what would be amazing for someone to do? And I'm just going to throw this out there. I hope someone does this, like Corridor Crew or whatever else. Go and take certain movies and make trailers for them that are based on late stage capitalism. Like, give the characters the same shit that we're all dealing with and be like, I mean, it'd be super depressing, but it would be really funny. I think it would just be hilarious because there's a certain amount of it that we should just laugh at and think it's really funny. Like Up. Taking the characters from Up, but having it be like, oh, Russell is now trying to buy a house. But he can't in the current market, even though he's gone and got a software job. Right? And it would be really funny because you would be watching it and be like, this is so freaking depressing. Why? Why would you do this? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Housing prices are rising up. That would be amazing. I would watch the crap out of those. Honestly, for us to have like the saddest things. Could you imagine though? Because you'd have Russell, but Doug would no longer be alive. Right? Think about it. Think about it. If you did like a depressing version of Up from now, you just have Russell, and he'd be going to going to the old dude's funeral, and he'd be burying Doug, and he'd be worried about current housing prices because he can't afford, let alone a house in Paradise Falls. He can't freaking afford a condo. Wow. That would be like the darkest freaking timeline. Oh no. What are some other good ones? Oh, that we could definitely do. I mean, there's so many. There's so many like Disney movies that we could absolutely ruin. That would be just wonderful. Man. I mean, could you imagine Frozen? Frozen would be so good to mess with. Because I think if you had Frozen, but then you actually gave it like a freaking spin of them realizing that the monarchy is not something they want, right? So the people rise up because they want to have freedoms and democracy. And Elsa and Anna are just like sitting there like, but we're good. We're good queens, we swear. We'll be an oppressive monarchy, but only for a day. Only for one day. Oh no. So many. I'm still waiting on like the Land Before Time series to have like a really depressing ending. We all know that the Land Before Time ends in a super depressing way. And it's not because Littlefoot's mom dies. It's because in the end, all of them die. All of the dinosaurs you love from the Land Before Time are dead. Either because they got eaten by something, died of old age, or a freaking rock from space finished them off with a giant pile driving slam, turning them into asphyxiated dinosaurs. I would watch that one. Straight up. We got like the last Land Before Time. The final chapter. When fire rained from the sky and killed them all. I would watch that. The Brave Little Toaster? Come on. The Brave Little Toaster would be like a prime example of one that would be super sad as well. Because here's the thing, and hear me out. It would essentially be WALL-E, but more sad. Because it would just be the Brave Little Toaster who would eventually end up in a landfill and then just be there for several centuries until he's fully degraded. You know? Yeah. Maybe they didn't recycle him well enough. I don't know. Becomes the saddest little toaster. Oh, the brave little toaster's sad enough already. Exactly. Why stop there? Right? Cut to the heart, and you're to blame. You give animated toasters a bad name. Make sure you recycle, cause your freaking toaster is gonna live forever. Otherwise, it's true though. It's like glass. Glass should not be garbage. Why? Because it never goes away. You know, it just never goes away. It's true. Doing Fern Gully would be super interesting. Yeah, but keep Tim Curry. I see where this is going. Mnemonic Man's just like, but keep Tim Curry. Just like, but keep Tim Curry though. Okay. Since we're here to twist the knife in the heart, redo All Dogs Go to Heaven. I mean, yes, but I mean, you could have that like twisting the knife. You could either do it one of two ways. You could either be like, all dogs just die, okay, which is kind of brutal. But there's the inherent knowledge of when you think of like all dogs go to heaven, does that mean just all cats are like effed? They're like, all dogs go to heaven, all cats burn in the fires of hell for eternity. Subtle. Subtle, friends. Oh my. Thanks for that. Obviously, I feel really good about my pet's chances of life. Oh no. That would be a tough one. Fievel goes west. Like any of the Fievel ones would be fantastic to do as well. Just because they have such a short lifespans, right? Because you basically have like Fievel goes west, and then it would be like Fievel's son, but Fievel's been dead for years. You know, I could see us doing that. I could see us doing that. Oh no. What are some other movies that y'all really enjoyed as kids, but were like, no, this just wouldn't end well in current times, right? I mean, some would be like the rescuers would be one where they have like they imprison like a girl. I think it would be fantastic to do a crossover with that, but with Criminal Minds. Hear me out, all right? Criminal Minds, but where they're saving the girl and realize there's like some mice trying to do it at the same time. So the mice are animated and everything, and they're trying to do that, but you like literally have law enforcement agencies that are also trying to save this individual. I think that would be really funny. Because they'll be like, we did it. And the mice are like, we helped. And they're like, why won't those rodents shut up? Call pest control. And then the credits roll. Oh no. 911 Samurai, welcome on in. Hope you're doing awesome sauce. We're talking about movies as kids and how nightmarishly bad they could go if we were to like take them further or put them in current day, for example. Like Up, where you would have like the old guy would be dead, the dog would be dead, Russell would be struggling with housing prices and inflation. Oh no. He'd be trying to buy the old dude's house, and he would just be like gut wrenched because it would be way out of his price range. Like that house is like $900,000, and he's like, I'll never freaking be able to afford this at 6%. So there's like dark, but kind of funny. Why? Because I'm a millennial. Yeah, we're damaged. It's sad but true. um, but yeah, so you could have all of those things. Land Before Time, having the final episode of Land Before Time, where these dinosaurs that don't age get just wiped out by a meteor. You know, you might as well take it. We know how the story ends, right? You can't tell me that we don't already know, because we do. Okay, we do. You know what I want to see? Treasure Planet 2. Okay, throwing that out there, I would love to see like at some point the Treasure Planet series come back, or like move into a different story within there. The sad part is I just don't think that Disney's ever going to do hand-drawn animation again. They're just like, no, we can't do this. which is too bad. Land Before Time fades to black and fades back in, and it's Jurassic Park. I mean, why not? They got the sharp tooth. Sharp tooth. Ooh ha ha. How many movies are we crossing over into? As many as we freaking can. Yay. Oh, we're taking all the movies. Oh, man. Land Before Time, Jurassic Park. So ridiculous. You know, the classic Jurassic Park movies I really enjoyed. It's not that I didn't enjoy the current ones. They're good. They're good. They're just, it feels like too much sometimes, okay? The original ones were like, oh man, dinosaurs are on the loose. You screwed now, right? Like, you better just try and get away because you screwed now. It's a dangerous time. Whereas the newer ones are like, you know what we need to do? We need to train them. We're going to have motorbikes with trained ones that will attack a giant predator. Why? Because it respects me. No. 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 You're food and squishy. Okay? They're yeah, no. No. The other thing with them like 3D printing a velociraptor's nasal passage to make that the noises, that's way more believable than it being like, oh, you know what we're doing? We just had some in a cage, so we were like, we're going to imprint on them. We're going to have them imprint on us and be like, they respect me. The dinosaurs, they respect me. Why? Because I'm respectable. And I'm Chris Pratt. Come on. We made the dinosaurs watch Guardians of the Galaxy so that they could have some respect for Chris. Basically, yeah. Oh, man. They just had to watch the Mario movie like 95 times a day until they're like, let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. He doesn't sound Italian, but let's hear him out. Oh, no. Oh, man. So many good movies, though. So many good movies and television shows from back in the day. Oh, DuckTales. Darkwing Duck. Oh, man. Darkwing Duck was so good. Launchpad and just all of the shenanigans there. That one was super great. The kids are a little bit young for that one still, just because it's a little bit intense at times. I think the 8-year-old would handle it fine, but you know, Darkwing Duck was so good. Honestly, I love Darkwing Duck. I'm kind of bummed because I'm worried that with like AI and everything that's coming out, when we look at a lot of the AI generated stuff, one of the things that I feel like we're going to lose is like the soul of a lot of created films, etc. Because if we're just doing AI voices and AI copies of stuff, then at what point do we really end up getting new creative energy that gets put into it? Like when you have DuckTales that was revitalized and brought to a new audience, that was cool. But like, if you can just do that and build whatever scenario you want, you might look at it as it being like, oh, we have a canvas that we can literally paint anything on that we'd like. But what it also means is that we just get inundated with like every single fanfic that will ever exist will exist. And now your children will never be allowed to watch YouTube ever again. Ever again. No. Mine won't. Right now, literally, we don't let them watch anything unless we're kind of behind the reins of it, just because there's some sketchy stuff. I mean, they are allowed to browse through like Disney Plus when it's just like a kid's account. They're allowed to do that currently. But thankfully, we haven't really like hit the point where for us, our kids are not at the point where they're like, oh, but my friends were watching this, you know? Because some of them, like with the oldest Gooder girl, she's in a class where there's some people who are watching like Riverdale on Netflix. And you'd be like, what? I mean, grade 3s? That no. You know? Like, just no. Pinky in the brain. Oh gosh, exactly. Oh, no, it doesn't work for that. It just doesn't feel right. Genuinely. Pinky and the Brain, 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 brain. The best part of Pinky and the Brain, Sponge Girl, is that they're not referring to who you think ever within that. If you listen to the opening like title sequence of Pinky and the Brain, you will realize that Pinky is the brain. Technically. One is a genius, the other's insane. Pinky's the genius. Brain is insane. Right? As a kid, I remember being like, oh, Brain is a genius. And then as you get older, you're just like, Brain is not smart whatsoever. The worst. It's like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Except Dr. Doofenshmirtz is just genuinely funny, whereas the Brain is kind of sad. Because he's never successful. But Dr. Doofenshmirtz, you know, there was that whole incident with Peter the Panda. And even though Perry the Platypus forgave him, it was still really hard. You know, really hard. True story. Brain has the ideas. Pinky is a savant, but also a weird. I mean, yeah, but that's what makes it memorable. You know, Pinky is the savant, but very weird. And that's like, man, Phineas and Ferb is something that was not really my generation, but I absolutely love Phineas and Ferb. I do. The Gooder Wife does not like Phineas and Ferb at all because its humor is very clever, but also exceedingly childish, which is why I love it. Okay? I mean, it's just phenomenal. Genuinely. The best part for me out of every single episode is 100% Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry. But my favorite line from most episodes is where there's like an adult somewhere who will be like, aren't you guys young to be using welding equipment? And Phineas just looks at them and goes, yes, we are. And then they still get whatever they want, which is great. Did you see the video where a guy breaks it down? Where the sister is insane and the boys are technically dead. For Phineas and Ferb? I mean, fan theories. I have not seen that one, but I know that there's all sorts of fan theories within that. Yeah, there's a possibility for it. But then why don't they ever realize? Jared died in a terrible welding accident. Why don't they ever realize then that Perry is a spy? There is an episode in which they do have a dream. Candace has a dream that Perry is a spy. And like, it's very Inception-y, but hilarious. Highly recommend. Phineas and Ferb is just so much fun. Because the parents never catch them. Yeah, that's just because the parents suck. like most 90s shows about parents, it's people having experienced their parents not doing too much for them around that time when they're like in the 80s and 70s. Those kids were like, yeah, we're just going to make these parents not relevant because they're not very present. That was just how it worked. Look, I'd be happy to be proven wrong, but it's true. All of the shows that we all grew up with were all about parents being inept. And it's still happening. It's still happening when you look at like Paw Patrol and stuff. Adults are stupid. Adults are stupid and can't help you. That is like Paw Patrol in a nutshell. But that's also what we grew up with, right? Was like, if you're watching Homeward Bound, your humans won't come help you. You're on your own. That movie, like, so sad. Remember when they have like, oh man, he's in the pit. Shadows in the pit. And they have to leave him behind. Heart-wrenching! I digress. All of the other things, Free Willy, no one will help me, right? I must do this myself. I, the lone boy, must save a whale by stealing it criminally. Right? This is just how it works. Parents and adults are not responsible or useful in most of the shows that we watched as kids. You know? You had Perry slippers. Oh man, I'm jelly. Did they have the hat on them though? Because otherwise they are just Perry slippers. They're not Agent P slippers. Perry, or they're just platypus slippers, I should say. If you had Perry the Platypus slippers and they didn't have a hat on them as a kid, I'm sorry, those were just platypus slippers. Okay? It's got to have the hat, or it's not a Perry the Platypus slipper. Okay? It's just how it works. It's Perry, Perry the Platypus. So good. Oh my gosh. Yes, you still have them. Nice. So fantastic. Oh, my nema nema, ooh, my nema nema nema, my nema nema, ooh, my nema nema nema. I used to sit alone, right? You know what I'm talking about? Doing evil all day. But now I've got someone who will get in my way. I've got a nemesis, nema nema, ooh, my nema nema nema, my nema nema. So good. Hi, Spook, let me bop you. We will bop you on the nose. Yes, you made the boop. Boop. Oh, well, thank you. The parents just leave life for a second. A removable hat for the surprise. You always have to have a removable hat for the surprise, okay? Hi, Root Bear, welcome on in. I hope you're doing great. You've missed me. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube and here. I have to say on YouTube as well, I will be back on Twitch eventually here as well, in addition. Just because, like, from the US, y'all are going to lose TikTok eventually. So I'm here for now, but I will always be in your heart, right? It's how it works. I'll be in your heart. Oh, my goodness. Tarzan. The music from Tarzan was, like, soul-crushing. I don't know if y'all experienced that, but it's true. The whole "you'll be in my heart" was just with the whole the tiger and the mom and the dying. Was it a leopard or a puma or a jaguar? I don't really remember how she died. A big cat murdered his mom. And then it was like, you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. Even though mine was devoured by a large feline. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's fine. It was soulful. It was soulful as shit. As a crafter, I want to take the head off and do something. What? I don't know what that's saying, but okay. As a crafter, you want to take the head off. Oh, of Perry the Platypus. Gotcha. Context. Oh, snap. You don't really do live stuff anymore. I know, me neither. I just do like one day a week. So it's tough. I miss you. I miss you too, man. It's true. It's been a long time. I know. I miss like cons, but I think I'll have to do like a PAX at some point. Maybe next year I'll do like a PAX East and be like, hello, Seattle. I'll pull a freaking, what is that? Owl City. Hello, Seattle. Right? Anyone know the reference I'm going for here? Owl City had a song called Hello, Seattle. Hello, Seattle. I am a penguin. Here to PAX out inside of you. That sounds inappropriate, but it's totally okay. I checked with Seattle. It was consensual. True story. Anybody ever watch Never Ending Story? No. But I have seen Lamb Chop, and the song does not end. So whereas the Never Ending Story does have an end, there is that song that doesn't end. It goes on, my friends. Did you know people started singing it not knowing? Just because, you know? And they'll continue singing it forever? Just because it's the song that doesn't end? Right? No? You're hungry. No, there's no penguin meat. Root Bear, there are no bears near penguins. We've been over this. It's a true story. I'm waiting on my capture card. We have been playing Fear Nightfall with rewards of murder in there, and it's been nightmarish. Yeah, nothing like building your base in the sky and then somebody spawning in a freaking goat that's invisible. That is a thing. Yeah, it's been a hard day and night. It's tough. Huh. I have genuinely personally never watched Neverending Story. I I have friends who had it. I was more interested in Jurassic Park and other movies like that. I wasn't as much into Neverending Story. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's difficult for me to admit this. I really do need to watch that. They got that big, like, floaty dragon dude that looks kind of like Shamu. Or not Shamu, Mushu, the other Shamu. The Mulan Shamu. That one. That one. Falcor. Ooh. Falcor punch. Falcor kick. Does he also like race in some sweet games or no? Or not at all? Welcome back, Mercury. Hi. Falcor punch. Falcor kick. The Neverending Story would have ended if Falcor had just, did some Jackie Chan moves and got rid of everybody. This is how it needs to work. Come on, Falcor. You can end this story. Falcor punch. Falcor kick. I think that would be dope. You did find the YouTubes. We are here. You made it. Okay, this might be a little bit of a Canadian thing. There was The Raccoons, which was a fantastic show from when I was a kid. Really loved The Raccoons. Super solid. I also really love Fraggle Rock. Not sure if any of y'all know Fraggle Rock, but like Fraggle Rock was peak television. All right? It was so good. It was like, I'm going to butcher this. I could pull up the lyrics, but I'm not going to, so I'm just going to go for it. You ready? It was like, wait for it. Chase your fears or your cares. Cares, I think it is. Chase your cares away. Worries for another day. Come on down and stay here at Fraggle Rock. Oh my goodness. Yes, you watched it. Yes, Fraggle Rock. I know, right? Fraggle Rock's so freaking good. If you have not seen Fraggle Rock, I highly recommend. It was peak television back in the day for myself and like my siblings. Damn, we loved that. It was so good. Okay? I was very, very happy with that show. Mr. Rogers, we watched a little bit, but it wasn't really my jam. I know Mr. Rogers is fantastic. I appreciate him so much more now than I ever did as a kid. All right? But like, he was boring. I'm sorry. For myself as a kid, I was freaking bored. I was bored by Mr. Rogers. It was just his really chill demeanor. He had Daniel the Tiger. I was like, I don't know what to say, man. It was kind of boring. Okay? And that was just how I felt. I'm sorry. He's wonderful. Now that I'm an adult and I've had the opportunity to watch more of Mr. Rogers, I have a deep appreciation for just how freaking amazing that man has been in people's lives and how wonderful he is as an individual. Okay? Straight up. It's, so good. Eureka's Castle? I don't think I ever saw that one. Personally, I've never seen that one. I've seen Eureka, but that's a sci-fi show. Very, very different. Probably. Mr. Rogers, did y'all know that Mr. Rogers did every single show? The beginning of it when he sang like Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. He did that live every freaking time. Did you know that? Amazing. Amazing. And the reason that I say that that's amazing is because it means that even on really crap days that are super tough and are bad vocally, he was still singing his heart out to show people that it's okay. It's okay to have a rough day. It's okay to have a day where you don't sound great. It's okay to be a normal freaking human being. And that was so good. So good. Are you an 80s baby? I am. I'm old. I'm an oldie but a goodie. I'm an elder millennial. I'm an elder, but don't judge me. It was on Nick Jr. way before my time. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're making me feel old now. That's because we are old. Welcome. Welcome to being old, baby. I'm older, but people think I'm 30. Oh gosh. Yeah, I still have people who assume that I'm like sometimes in my 20s, and I'm like, what? I previously worked at a job where someone found out that I do have 4 kids. Okay? So I'm a daddy penguin. I got 4 childrens, and we're very happy with our 4. Okay? If people are like, I will slap back. If people be like, 4's a lot, I'll be like, yes, I'm happy that I have them. You're happy you don't have them. We can all be happy about that. It's fine. I love them to pieces. I love them to pieces. But I've got 4 kiddos, and I remember working with somebody, and they're like, no, you're like 28. And I'm like, please. 28. I'll be like 9 years older than that this year. But anyway, it's fun. Yay. Just because we're old doesn't mean we have to keep remembering it. Yes, it does. It does, because it means we have wisdom. I mean, yes, we have wisdom. I'm teasing. Oh man. You're also an old, and you remember Saturday morning cartoons. Back when Saturday morning cartoons were actually good. Now they're just trash. There's Bluey. Okay, let me break this down for y'all. Out of the new cartoons, like the new cartoons that exist right now, there's like Bluey and a couple of other like quasi good ones, and that's it. Back in the day, for all of us, there was like a plethora. We lived in a golden age of hand-drawn cartoons that were written by adults that wanted to make it funny for kids and adults. All right? I've watched Doc McStuffins. I can't. I just can't. I can't anymore. It's my child's favorite thing, and I can't. Because it's stupid. And compare that to like Paw Patrol. Doc McStuffins is like a philosophical monologue that talks about how to be a wonderful individual and nurtures your child when you compare it to the freaking Paw Patrol. That's why it's got troll in its name, because it just sucks. But Bluey's great. I'll watch that like all the time. All the freaking time. Yeah, Kids Next Door, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, 100%. It's true. You're the weirdest tie-in cartoons for toys. Mercury says, apparently the pacing of Mr. Rogers, it's supposed to keep up with babies' attention spans, less overstimulation. Oh, 100%. I think it was just the age I was at. I found it boring. True story. Flintstones, Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, like there's so many. We already talked about Tailspin. There was the Rescuers. There was like Chip and Dale, Rescue Heroes. There was, oh man, the Transformers, like you brought up. So many different great shows, right? Like there was this magical time that it was just phenomenal. And now, I mean, I know that I'm an adult, but I enjoy quite a bit of different like kids television. Bluey is fantastic. Okay, love Bluey. Watch it with my kids all the time. Love Phineas and Ferb. Still really enjoy that. Been watching Hamster and Gretel. Also, still really enjoy it. But yeah, it's rough. Oh man. A lot of people say Bluey is wholesome. Isn't or is wholesome. Bluey's just fantastic. If you want to watch something that will make you question certain things about how you react to situations, right? And that will just make you feel good, watch it. Watch Bluey. Bluey is a weird experience. All right? Bluey is a weird experience for a couple reasons. And one of them is because when you're watching it, they have these amazing moments. One of my favorite moments from Bluey is where The mom's having a really hard time because her kid isn't walking yet. And she's a new mom. And her name's Chili. And she's Bluey's mom. And Bluey's not walking yet. She doesn't feel like Bluey is keeping up with the other babies. And it's very difficult for her. And it's funny because they got all this stuff like Bluey's, crawling backwards, and it's just, all sorts of chaos. But there's a moment where she's like, you can tell she's having a hard time. And there's another mom who's there with her, and the camera cuts to just the other mom's face. And she goes, you're a good mom. You're doing the best you can. And it's like, for parents, crap, we need to hear that sometimes. Genuinely. It's fantastic. It's of Australia and they make good shows. Yeah, they do, but the parents kind of overindulge the kids in that show too. They're viewed to be like perfect, or they give up all the time of what they're doing to enhance the kids' experience, which I do that sometimes myself, but I also carve out time like tonight where I don't put the kids to bed. They are put to bed by their mom, my wife. That is something that I'm doing for me, hanging out with you guys. I do this for me. Sacrificing is good. You also need to take care of yourself as an individual, because I want my kids to grow up, and when they have kids, I want them to feel comfortable calling up Grandpa Gooderness to come and hang out with their kids, and so they can get some time to themselves to do whatever they want to do, right? Sacrifice is good, but you also need to take care of yourself. If you're constantly doing things for other people, that doesn't work out. Trust me, you'll burn out or you'll resent it. One of the two. Right? It's just how it works. Sorry, I just noticed that, Root Bear, I missed it. You had said you drive school buses, and when you see these kids, you're like, God, was this what I was like? Yes. Except you didn't have phones, so you were better balanced than they are, probably. Because if you don't, regret sinks in. I don't think that's... Okay. I don't think that's the best way to look at it. If you take all the time and just sacrifice all the time, that's not great for your kids either. Because they're not the main character of the world. They are the main character of their life, but they're not the main character of the world. And so for my kiddos, I love them to pieces. And they are 100% amazing and special and phenomenal to me, right? In the entirety of the world, though, they're also learning their places like, oh man, other people are also unique and special and fantastic and need to be respected too. And you know what? That also counts with parents. It doesn't always work out. And in Bluey, they do that a lot, where it's like there's so much catering to the kids, where the parents will drop everything and they'll always play, and they'll always, like, it feels like that for the most part. And there have been times, like, I think there's Bingo, the episode about Bingo, where she has to kind of entertain herself. But for the most part, the parents just kind of let them roll with it. And I think it's important for kids to learn that, yeah, parents sacrifice for them and want to. But it's also really, really important for kids to learn that parents also need to take time for themselves. And when the gooder wife comes home from work and is, she's a teacher and she's overwhelmed because she's been with kids all day, then I'm going to make sure that she gets some time to just herself. And the kids sometimes are like, that doesn't make sense. We haven't seen mom all day. And I get that. But for like the gooder wife to be present and to be able to spend time with the kids, she needs to take care of decompressing. That's how it works. I'm the same way. There are times where I'm like, woo, I need a break. It's true. You got to do that. Yeah, it's awesome you treat her like a queen, and she treats me like a king. And I appreciate that so very much. And it's one of those things. It's just really important for you to bear in mind. It is okay to want to do things for other people, but take it from someone who's been a people pleaser for a lot in my life. Straight up, I'll tell you that you can't be everything for everyone. And if you being things for other people stops you from being there for yourself, you really need to assess whether or not that's worth it. You really need to. because you can't be the best person in your life. You cannot have the most like fun and best experiences in your life if you don't figure out what you want and protect that sometimes zealously, because work and friends and like family and all that stuff are great. They're great and they're important and they exist. And at the end of the day, if you have bandwidth to help them with stuff and you want to, do it. If you don't, it's okay to say no. Learn how to zealously protect yourself and your time, because it's like it's super important. Oh, I love this, like free advice and therapy that actually is good. I mean, straight up, I'm in therapy. So if you're like, the goodness knows things, yeah, part of it is going to therapy. And not everyone's always ready. It took me like decades to go to therapy for things that I knew I should have been in therapy for. Okay? I think it's really important to find someone that you vibe with really well. It took me a long time to find that person that I could trust them to be objective and honest with me and, you know, support me through a lot of the different stuff that I've experienced in life, because life's not easy for anybody. And I've had a bit of a rough go for myself, to be brutally honest. I'm not going to get into it, but that's just true. And you need to take care of yourself. But coming from a penguin, it's way more fun. Fair. Fair. Stop being so hard on yourselves. Come on. Y'all are wonderful people. So I hang out with you. You like me and you're like, good at this, you're great. And I'm like, but then that means you're great because I hang out with you as well. No, you're breathtaking. Come on. Accept the compliment. Can I pay you to be my therapist? I wouldn't advise that because I'm not a trained professional and I don't think that I've got the bandwidth for that. I got 4 kids, man. I'm already doing that for them until I pay for, you know, them. You've done therapy before and it never worked. I think a big thing is finding someone that works out well. When I went out looking for a therapist and I actively went out looking, I only took time with people who would have like 15 minutes to just meet with me and chat. And that was very intentional, was for me to be like, I need to have the opportunity to sit down. And people are like, oh, we'll do that in our first session. No. I want to do a vibe check first and figure out if this person and my personalities connect. Because a couple of people I jump in and they're using sports analogies and I'm like, you seem great. I'm freaking out. And they were like, I don't get it. But it's like, for them, it was like, look, maybe this like life coaching alpha dog talk works for other people. But for me, it's like, I just want someone to be like listening, give me a concrete understanding of their perspective of the situation. Let me know when I am in the wrong or when I might have misconstrued something, right? And help me to work through it. And yeah, it took me like 6 or 7 people talking to find, but I highly recommend like go and talk to people. But like get that like litmus test, sit down with them for like 15 minutes. And if they're worth the time for you to talk to and you feel comfortable, that's the first best sign of it. Because they're not going to rush you into it. They're going to start to try and understand it and work around. And like, you're like a freaking gobstopper or a jawbreaker. You've got something in the center of you that you're wanting to acknowledge and like work through or forgive yourself for or forgive someone else for or just understand it better so that you can process whatever's happening, right? But you can't get to that by just expecting someone to drill right through and fix it. Because you've spent however long building up walls around that. Really healthy to protect yourself, but it's protecting the wrong thing. And that's the challenge, is like you need to find somebody who's going to help you work through it so that you can be more aware and you can eventually let yourself spend time with yourself in shitty spots in your life so you can give yourself what you need. That's the best analogy I've had. Is like, it's not about the therapist fixing you. It's about you getting the time to feel comfortable sitting with yourself and understanding what the piece of you that got hurt, right? The piece of you that got hurt, giving that piece what it needs so that it stops making you do things out of reflex. It's very hard. It's really freaking hard, guys. Oh, the blankets are my therapy. Blanket therapy! Woohoo! I've been tempted to get 2 of my blankets and like sew them together and have like a 10-foot by 10-foot blanket and just be like, it's my giant blanket. Well, it'd be like 8-foot by 12-foot, but still. And you can just be like, I have been swallowed alive. That's why you love your craft room. It's your place. Again, I'm not a therapist, y'all. I'm not a therapist. I'm just speaking of my own experience. I really hope that if you are struggling with stuff, or even if you don't feel like you're massively struggling with stuff right now, if there's stuff that bothers you, or things that you look at and you go like, that really hurt me, and I don't know how to work through it, therapy is there. And if you have the funding to do so, or you have the coverage, I highly recommend, because gosh, I know for me, I waited way too long. I did it at just the right time because it was the time that I was open to it, but I waited way too long, genuinely. That's why you loved your craft room. It's your place. Heck yeah. And everybody's got different spots that they feel safe and comfortable in. But yeah, I definitely recommend chatting to somebody. Oh. Yeah, your husband lost his mother, so a lot of stress because it was out of left field. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all have different things in our lives. Like for yourself, your husband losing his mom, that's a really tough thing to work through. And it's important to have those conversations. Sometimes it's not easy to have that with your spouse, or your friends. It's hard to have convos. So many people struggle with mental health. I can guarantee you that there are people in our community, including myself, that struggle with whatever it might be. Like feelings of worthlessness or mental health struggles. Some people have very serious experiences within that. And it's always my encouragement to each and every single one of you to understand that you're not broken. Not in the way you think. You're struggling. And we all need to kind of acknowledge the fact that we need help. We're social people. We're creatures that are social. That's how it works. So highly recommend talking to somebody, because sometimes you can be even more honest with them than you're able to be with yourself or with people in your life. And they can be more honest with you too, because you pay them to be. Where they can be like, hey you, no. Or yes, depending on what it might be, who knows? Oh man. It's really important. It's a really important thing to me as well. I would recommend going and finding a good person, maybe not going through like BetterHelp or whatever else. I know BetterHelp is all over the place, but they have had some like data leaks and sharing of information when they do like, onboarding surveys and stuff. There's some pretty shady stuff with that. So my recommendation would not be to approach something like that, but to find someone in your area, whether you're going to do it through, like digital. I do all my stuff online with someone that's not that far away from me. They're like an hour away. So it wouldn't be that hard for me to go in person, but I highly recommend. It's true. You know what I've really been missing though? For those of you that don't know, I do live outside of the city now. Okay? I know this has been a really heavy topic. This has been tough. It's tough to talk about like mental health without some people feeling like strain on it too. I just think it's really important for me to let you know, I love all your faces. You are all wonderful people. I appreciate you. And I only bring it up because I genuinely feel that it's really important to tell people that you're not busted beyond repair. You're not irredeemable. You're just struggling. Right? Because I've had those feelings too. Guys, I know. Trust me. I know. And so like, you're not on your own. I can't be your therapist. I can't, because I'm not a therapist. But I can tell you that I love your faces. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I love you guys. And I want you to be okay. And I want you to be awesome. Not just okay. You should be kicking ass, because you're great. Straight up. Country is way better? Yes. Us moving out of the city into the country has been great, with a couple of exceptions. Date nights are harder, because we're like an hour away from anything good. That sucks. However, what I've been missing recently is just more pizza options. Okay, the gooder wife and I, we hit Costco normally for our like grocery times. Yeah, ooh, middle-aged suburban dad. Woo! Middle-aged suburban dad confessions. It always starts with Costco. It's kind of true. But yes, we normally hit Costco. Huh. And one of the things that I've been really enjoying is Motor City Pizza, which is like a just Detroit style pizza they've got. It comes in like a cardboard thing that's supposed to be like the mechanic tray, essentially, that they do for like Detroit City Pizza. It's really good. It's from Costco in Canadian, rupees. It's like $18.70 for like 2 pizzas. And they're good. They're good. Like legitimately, this has been mind-blowing for us over the last like 2 months. And I say that because all of us, I'm sure, everybody in chat, you've had Delissio and DiGiorno and whatever the hell people are eating in terms of pizza. And frozen pizzas suck. Frozen pizzas suck. They do. Okay? They're normally just like a struggle unless you find one that's like really good and then it's at like some store that they maybe have it for a little bit and then they never have it again. Except Motor City Pizza. Fan-freaking-tastic. I am not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form, but it's so good. It's like a great pepperoni pizza. I just want to have more of it right now. So I highly recommend you go and you try that out because that has changed for us, like making quick meals, because I bought one like last week and today I'm sitting there. I'm like, what am I going to do for supper? And I throw that thing in and we are just freaking thrilled, kicking ass with some Motor City Pizza. So good. I highly recommend. But yeah, so that's been like our thing currently because it's like having delivery, but at home. But all the other things like sushi, the gooder wife loves sushi. And we've got nowhere near here that does that. We literally have like one restaurant that's like 15 minutes away. It's horrifying. The next nearest one's like 25. And it's like one Chinese place. All right? And it's pretty decent. Okay? Pretty decent. But it's still, that's your 2 options. We do also have another one that's like 10 minutes away, but it's only open in the summer and they only serve burgers. Okay? Which they're good burgers. But, you're in the middle of nowhere. So, sucks. Walmart had Mexican pizza that was the best. You would buy it up and then it was gone, never to return. See, that's the problem. That's what we keep running into. That's what I was talking about. You get like a specialty pizza and then there's like nothing. Mr. Muffin Man. I do know the Muffin Man. It's you. Welcome. Hello. I'm tempted to go into the, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Who lives on Drury Lane? Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Oh, Shrek. So freaking classic. That thing has lived in my head for forever. How have you been? I feel like it's been forever. I mean, I've been good. We stream like once a week here, YouTube, and soon to be Twitch again. So you'll all be able to jump in on there. Nator, welcome on in. They're like, Gooderness, are you having a small episode? I mean, technically, it's been, how long have we been live for? It's been like 2 hours. It's a 2-hour episode. It's fine. What I believe is you can make sushi what I believe, you can make sushi, you're a good cook. I can make sushi, but I don't normally make sushi because it's a pain in the butt because none of the kids like it and I don't either. So I just have to do it for the gooder wife. And that's good, but it's, it's like me. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Thank you. Twitch is where I met you. Yes, I know. So many people don't know what's been going on with that, but I'll be back on Twitch. I will be back on Twitch eventually here, but it'll be multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok if it exists at that point. If it doesn't, it's It's gone. Its time is running out. Tick tock. Tick tock. Our time is running out. Our time is running out. Oh, snap. Congress might smother it. It's true. Biden might murder it. Anyway, I was going for a little bit of Muse, but that's fine. I hope you guys got that. Muse is fantastic. It's literally one of those bands that I find myself listening to at any given time. I have been listening, of course, to Dirty Loops. They had Runaway that they just launched out. If you enjoy like pop, jazz, funk fusion, you'll love it. You'll absolutely freaking love it. Otherwise, you'll be like, what is this? And why are these people playing 4 keyboards and 2 different basses? And why does the bass sound like an electric guitar and a synth at the same time? And it'll be confusing. But it's phenomenal. It's so good. Dirty Loops, Runaway, fantastic. Damn, I want to run away. Damn, I want to run away. Run until I'm far away. Run until I'm far away from you. So good. So good. I'm sorry. I'm just like having a moment thinking about it because the guitar in it is fantastic. And Henrik Linder, who is the bassist, just let me be nerdy for a minute. Let me be nerdy for a hot minute. Henrik Linder, who is the bassist, is just, it's amazing. He's just freaking fantastic. Jonah, Henrik, it's just music. It's really freaking good. And I love it. Also, yeah, the vocals are bomb as well. Highly recommend. I am waiting on my capture card to show up. We've got a capture card because our last one died, which is why I haven't been around last week. I'm here this week and we're just doing Just Chatting. And so we're basically just chatting about stuff. Like Ben Stiller, and we all sorts of things today, honestly, genuinely. We started with AI. We ended up at Ben Stiller. And then we talked about how to ruin our childhood movies. And then we got into therapy. And now we've transcended all of that. Right? And we're talking about Dirty Loops, of course, because I'm a musical addict. It's fine. You're on a new Minecraft server. That's great. Yeah, we've been playing Fear Nightfall, which is not my type of pack, but we died a bunch. And it's actually really freaking solid. I highly recommend. If you want to play a game that you'll be like, what the heck just happened? Was I mined down upon? Oh my gosh, how did that creeper spawn there? Wow, there's something in my tunnels hunting me in the night. It's the kind of pack for you. It's good. It's really fun. Super solid. And really pretty, too. I wish I could show you, but I can't. I literally am sitting here and I'm like the anti-Aladdin. I can't show you the world. Shining, shimmering, rendered. Tell me, chat, when will UPS deliver my card? It's true. I could open your eyes, take you Minecraft wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magical streaming ride. My whole new world. It's voxel-based, but you can't see because of UPS being a PS. A POS. I find myself, I'm waiting. I do. I find myself waiting like a whole crap ton of time. And I'm over it. Elgato, choose a different shipping method, please. UPS, just FedEx or nothing. I'm from Canada. Do better. It's been a hard week. It's been a hard week. Skinwalker is life. Skinwalker love. You may want to rethink those priorities. 911 Samurai, have you seen the Shrek is love, Shrek is life meme? because you may want to rethink that. Otherwise, you're in for one hot date with a skinwalker. Ooh. A USPS guy got fired for stealing my package. He was caught on my neighbor's cam. Oof. That's rough. Mine's not USPS. Mine is just UPS. Yeah. I'm not in the US. I'm in Canada. So I can't have USPS, sadly. You know, it's got to go to Canada Post or whatever. But at least Canada Post gets it here at a certain point in time, whereas UPS right now is like, I don't know what they're waiting on. It's literally been, 2 weeks at this point since I've ordered, and they're kind of just sitting there like, oh, you'll get it in like a week, or you won't. It's fine. I find it difficult, but it's okay. It's okay. I will make it, and we will still hang out and do stuff, and it's fun. I'm enjoying this. Us just getting to shoot the breeze, complain about AI, and talk about being millennials, and or Gen Z, and or whatever generation is next. Alpha? Yeah, whatever Slater Codish is. Because he's 10 and a half, right? If you don't know who I'm referencing, it's the guy that pretends to be a child. He streams and he pretends to be a kid. But that's straight up fire and fantastic. There's some really great creators out there. I know I've been really enjoying, like, for TikTok specifically, there's John Mark Nelson. Not sure if you've heard of him. He does a bunch of like music content, which is great. Dad Chats, fantastic. Lots of fun. He does content about his kids, and also he does law content, which is really interesting too. But that's pretty fun. I find it funny he got fired over space magnets in a cardigan. I mean, he just got fired over theft. I know it feels like it's space magnets in a cardigan because that's what was in the package. So you're like, it wasn't that expensive. But the issue is the illegality of stealing someone's mail, right? Less though what was in it. I mean, it could have been a paperclip, and he'd still have been in the shit. But it's the theft that's the problem, less the things inside the thing thefted, right? Because it does sound stupid where you're like, he got fired over space magnets in a cardigan. And he's probably sitting there going like, not my finest moment. Yeah, I should have really just checked inside first. Wait, that's also a criminal act. You can't just open people's mail. Our postmen get paid well too. I mean, and they can get posted anywhere. You know, it's kind of like flight attendant. Think about it. Just post yourself. I would like to be sent to Cuba. Oh, wait, no, can't do that. Mexico could work, though. Just poke some air holes. Yeah, it's illegal, but it's not any more or less illegal than him, stealing packages from your own house. That's dumb. Oh man. I do have to say, like, has anybody else been experiencing massive amounts of fraud, scammy stuff showing up? I say this because I literally have ordered like 3 items online in the last several months. And yet my phone number has still ended up on a bunch of just whatever lists. So my favorite thing is getting scam texts and being like, yeah, no, that's not accurate. I got one this week, literally yesterday, that was like, your package is being held. We were unable to make a delivery to your home. Please click this link. And I'm like, they didn't even try. They didn't even try to pretend to be UPS or like anybody. They were just like shot in the dark. Like, you might have been trying to receive a package. You might be wondering where it is. Maybe you exist as a person. Click our link. It's like, yeah, no, you're blocked. But like, how ridiculous is that they just sit there and they're like shotgun at the wall? It's because they're hoping. They're hoping to catch someone who is gullible enough to be like, oh my gosh, my package, right? Whereas most of us, like you and I know that when someone is just super vague and isn't able to tell you what they're telling you about, like, you know, you may or may not have been expecting a package, or you will be expecting a package, or perhaps a package was sent to you by the universe that you have not received. Please click this link if you have ever known of or received a package previously and may be missing a package, potentially. Have you checked yourself? Do you have a package? Euphemism intended, or not. We're not assuming. Wow, this is such a specific scam. Oh my gosh, I better click that link. Who knows? Who knows where my package could be? Or not, or it could not be. Oh my gosh. Oh, so sophisticated. Oh man. The worst one we ever had was we made an order, like this is a long time ago. We made an order through Apple for the Gooder Wife. We had to get something through Apple. We weren't in a rush. It was shipped out to us. But while it was in shipping, we got a bunch of scam messages. I think it was UPS as well that they were using at that time. We got a bunch of scam messages. They had the order number. They had our postal, our postal code. They had first and last name. There were too many things that they knew that it was like, this is not a normal, this is not at all a normal thing. Apple sells data. Yeah, but they don't sell customer data. They'll sell aggregated data. Apple is very protective of your data. We called Apple. Apple was pissed. Like, no big company that you're buying something from that they entrust to a delivery company wants you to be receiving things that have like a website that looks like their website, but that is trying to get you to spend more money on that. They don't want scammers impersonating them, right? Apple doesn't want that. They want you to be able to buy from them and feel safe and secure. So like we called them and they literally just went and decided to rain hellfire on UPS because they're like, this sounds like a them problem, which I agree with. I think what happened is somebody from UPS went and sold data, stole customer data, and sold it to somebody to scam people. That's what I genuinely think happened. I don't have any proof of that, but that's genuinely what I think happened. Is that they basically turned around, sold first and last name, postal, like the postal code. They told them what the item is and what the expected delivery date was, because we kept getting these things saying that we were owing X amount of dollars, and it was consistent and the same up until we received the package. The day we received the package, done. We never got another message from them at all. And we were blocking the numbers and they'd have new numbers popping up for them to try and do it. It's a scary tactic. Heck yeah. But they were trying to pretend like we owed taxation or whatever else that was on this, that it wasn't paid, and so they were going to hold it. Which we're like, no, we ordered it from Canada, it's shipped from Canada, it's all done. It's already all been done, right? But someone throughout the whole process got access to enough information to really seem genuine. And when I say that Apple was pissed, it was because we sent them screenshots of all of the texts, and we sent them the information that we were getting from it, right? And then they were able to sit down with it and go, whoa, how do they have that much information, right? For you buying, I think it was a power cord. And it was like, yeah, no kidding. Someone spilled the beans. We ended up on a list somewhere. Because we bought something from Apple that got shipped through UPS. More like UPOS. Ooh, sick burn goodness. That's original. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Probably isn't. Everyone's done that before. It's all been done. Woohoo! But yeah, just be aware. Typically, it's not like the companies that want to do that. Like UPS doesn't want me telling you a story about how UPS probably stole and sold our data, someone from their company. But like, that's unfortunately how that stuff works. It's usually somebody who's wanting to make a couple extra bucks and is feeding high potential targets to someone else. Like, that's just the way of the world, sadly. You know? And I'm like no Kit Boga myself, so I'm not gonna be going and being like, hold on, let me get up my virtual machine, tappity 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 tap. Oh yes, I shall pretend to be Edna. Oh, I ordered a power cord, but I don't have the power. Why? Because obviously that goes to Powerline. I've never been Powerline, but I do know that that we can see each other eye to eye. Or you could stand out above the crowd. Right? Oh, man. Stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud. Till mine is the only face you see. Gotta stand out till you notice me. Ooh. Ooh. Powerline is just like, they need to do another tour. They need to bring Powerline on tour, please. Please. Your character would be a great TV show. Oh, thank you. I desperately want another Powerline tour. Because they did one like back in the day, but I never got to go. I just want to, go to a Powerline concert once. That's what I want. Oh, so good. Because it's Tevin Campbell. I mean, as far as musical performances in an animated movie, I feel like Tevin Campbell as Powerline is up there. And by up there, I mean, for me, it's got to be one of the best. Hands down. Like, do you guys have any opinion on that? Anybody have an opinion on this? Tell me, please. Tell me in the comments. I want to know. Tevin Campbell, Powerline. Stand out eye to eye. Pfft, fight me. Come on. Oh, man. So good. Open up your eyes, take a look at me. Get the picture fixed in your memory. I'm driven by the rhythm. So good. So freaking good. I want to do the whole song now. Once you're watching every move that I make, you gotta believe that I got what it takes to stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud. Till mine is the only face you see. Gonna stand out till you notice me. Love it. Love it! Somebody's gonna be joining in the middle of this. They're just gonna jump into a TikTok and be like, there's a penguin singing Powerline. Is everybody okay? No, we're not. We're not okay. But it's fine. We will be okay eventually. Once we've watched like a bunch more of My Hero Academia mashed up with oh man, why am I pulling a blank right now? Dear Maria. There we go. Thank you. I don't know if you've seen that. I still love it. I know it's a meme from like months ago now, like a half a year, but it's so good. And there's like a Japanese version that someone has made of Dear Maria, Count Me In. So good. From All Time Low. Hot dang. Love it. It's phenomenal. And if you have not seen that, you should look it up. My Hero Academia, Dear Maria. You'll watch it and be like, dang. That should have been like the thing the whole time. Same with Full Metal Alchemist. Same thing. You throw Dear Maria on there, changes the whole thing. Looks so good. Oh my gosh. Oh. And I don't know why, but I'm trying to think of Dear Maria and I'm getting Fall Out Boy. I'm literally sitting here and I'm like, I know those are the lyrics to Fall Out Boy. Right? This is not, why am I trying that for Dear Maria? I don't know why, because my brain is going, Am I more than you bargained for yet? That's not right whatsoever. Because it's Dear Maria, count me in. I don't know why my brain is pulling a blank on the beginning of Dear Maria. But there's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Make it count when I'm the one that's selling you out. Yeah. Just now I have to pull it up because it's gonna bother me. Please hold while Gooderness finds Dear Maria, count me in. Oh my gooderness. Yeah, I like how it's meaning. There we go. I got your picture. That's what I'm missing right there. I got your picture. I'm coming with you. Dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Yeah. And then you got the so good. When the lights go off, I want to watch the way you take the stage by storm. The way you wrap those boys around your finger. Go on and play the leader, 'cause you know it's what you're good at. The low road for the fast track. Make every second last. Ah, so good. So freaking good. I mean, if I was a character in a television show, I'm just going to warn you right now, it's going to be mostly emo music. We're just going to break out Secondhand Serenade, Good Charlotte, All Time Low. Come on. You can't stop me now. It's going to be fine. Why? Because it's good music. It's fantastic. And there's so much emotion in it. Could you imagine just having like a kid's show ending with like, vindicated, I am selfish, I am wrong, I am right, I swear I'm right, I swear I knew it all along, and I am flawed. Come on. I would watch the crap out of that. Oh, thank you. We need to. It's true. That'd be fantastic. Oh man. Yeah, and we'd also have just like Linkin Park. We'd have so many different things that you can throw into there. Gorillas. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. When the windmill for the light, I'm forever hiding my. So fantastic. I love it. I love it. Feel Good Inc. is just one of those fantastic ones. I also love Melancholy Hill, which was one of the later ones. It kind of didn't get as much of a pump up as their earlier stuff, of course, because, bands fall off after a bit. But man, so good. Up on Melancholy Hill, there's a plastic tree. Phenomenal. Where you can't get what you want, but you can have me. So messed up, though. How many of you know Gorillaz lore? Okay, this is going to be a fun question. How many of you know Gorillaz lore? Like the band? Yeah. I'm wondering because there's an entire lore behind all of it. There's a reason why the main character has like soulless eyes. Oh yeah, there's a whole like arc where they go down to hell. Anyway. Do I really want to dive into this fully? I don't know. But Gorillaz, fantastic, lots of fun, love the music. It is phenomenally strange and weird and wonderful. If you want to get into weird and twisted backstories behind stuff, that's great. Another one from like that era for myself is Prozac. Do I have any Canadians up in here who like listen to Prozac as like kids, tweens, in between, teens, whatever, teeny boppers? Anybody else? Like, I'm one of those. My goodness. I'm Simon. And I'm Milo. This is Milo. Oh man, there was like so many great bops from that time. www.nevergetoveryou. Now. Fantastic. Saturday People and what was the other one? Hot Stuff? No. Something around that. Anyway, Saturday People was like my jam for the longest time. So freaking good. So good. Saturday People waiting around their whole life for the weekend to come. Saturday People sitting in portable classrooms and dwelling at the ho hum. So fantastic. Maybe you've seen them. Their heads hanging low. Oval mid on a desk on a Monday. But they also had like Omabala Charay, which was fantastic. The biggest ones for me was like, there's Biaz, which was very progressive at the time, 100%, which was solid. Prozac was like one of those bands that you just did not expect to be as good as they were. And ironically, the two main members, Simon and Milo, from that were part of another band. They were part of another entire band that was never as successful as Prozac, which is freaking fantastic. I don't know how many other times it's happened with other bands, but like funny that they started this side project and they were like, oh, let's just make animated versions of ourselves that play songs. You know, what could go wrong? And Prozac just became a thing. Not the drug, the band from like the Canadian. Yeah, we're weird up here in Canada. We got great music. We have great personalities, but we're weird. And we're okay with it. We did burn the White House down that one time, but we seem like we're on good terms at the moment, you know? Also, no one has really invaded Canada because it's too cold up here. Like, it gets to like minus 50 sometimes. So, you don't want that. You don't want that. The U.S. is like, we don't want that smoke. Nah, they got mooses. They got lots of mooses. There's even beavers up there and Canadian geese, which you guys only have to have during the summer, which is shorter, and then you send them back. It's kind of like a whole, you know, divorced couple vibe. We send you the Canadian geese for the summer, and then you send them to us for the winter, right? It's fine. I'll take the kids. It's good stuff. Brian Adams, you still like him. I really like Bruce Springsteen still. And I one of the reasons is because he's got a really good sense of humor about himself. Hopefully there's no like crazy Bruce Springsteen weird random rumors or confirmed bad things. Let's not get canceled. But I mean, like, they do have the whip my hair back and forth, which if you've seen that with Jimmy Fallon, that still cracks me up to this day. Where Bruce Springsteen is like there as himself, right? So you have Jimmy Fallon who is playing Neil Young, and then you have Bruce Springsteen as Bruce Springsteen, which is still just killer to this day. Because he's like, I wave my hair back and forth, just whip it. I whip my hair back and forth. So good. Stupid song, but they make it next freaking level. I love that one. Yeah. I just absolutely love it. Also, the Neil Young impression from Jimmy Fallon is on point. It's so good. All you haters gonna bring me down. It's so fantastic. But I'm gonna whip them all. Yeah. Gotta whip your hair. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I am gonna have to end here pretty soon because I got the kiddos that will need me in the morning. And I have to be awake to do dad things. Dad things. You know, we all do that sometimes. But I will say I've introduced my youngest, the gooder boy, has now been introduced to Jack Johnson. And he's straight up into it. He absolutely loves Jack Johnson. All right? I mean, just like every, boomer slash middle-aged suburban mom. My almost 2-year-old loves Jack Johnson. And I am also in that boat. So don't worry. You're not alone, Sponge Girl. You're in good company. Banana Pancakes, so good. There's just so many great songs. The best one, though, right now that he's vibing to is Gone, Going, Gone, which is hilarious because, yeah, if he learns the lyrics, I'm going to have a problem. But ironically, the Gooder Wife has not picked up on the lyrics yet. For those of you that don't know, it's gone, going, gone, everything gone, give a damn. Gone be the birds when they don't want to sing. Now, I emphasized it, but in his very chill singing voice, it's more like, gone, going, gone, everything gone, give a damn. Gone be the birds when they don't want to sing. Like, it's barely there. Unfortunately, it's still there. So my 2-year-old's probably going to learn a couple of interesting words. But then again, I do play a lot of like punk / emo stuff. So he may learn other things. It's fine. He did the song for Curious George. Oh, you're right. He totally did. I should pull it up for my kiddo. He'll love that. He'll just be enamored with it. He's a big fan of like the Animal Crossing style music, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like he loves there being just that little bit of trumpet that's muted in the back. And you got the big standing double bass and it's just playing along there. And you got somebody shaking an egg. You know, those egg shakers? They're just going ham on it. They're just like, wow, this is such a bop. I got to shake this egg. I'm going to scramble this egg. You know, oh my gosh, what a wonderful time for this to freeze. Great. My camera just froze in the middle of this. Hot dang. Welcome to everybody who's jumping in here on TikTok. My face is currently frozen and you cannot escape me. But that also allows me to get nice and close right here. Right now. My name is Gooderness. I'm a penguin from the internet. I normally stream video games. I'm here on Thursdays. You can follow me on YouTube and Twitch as well, because I'll be streaming there when TikTok gets murdered by Congress and the whole thing of being from China and stuff. Yeah, I got you, boo. It's fine. I don't know why this has become so much more close and intimate, but it has. And I'm right here, chatting with you, closely while you stare at my face, frozen, in a rictus of joy and or horror. We're not really sure right now. Anyway, they're like, we're going almost ASMR. Almost. Nearly there. It's fine. It's fine. We are going to be going, calling it an end for tonight. I don't want to end on it being frozen, but it looks like that's what we're going to be doing at the moment. I will be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, hopefully with a capture card if UPS can get their shit together. If UPS can get their shit together, which is unlikely, but I can dream. Okay? Okay. Until then, I want to wish you the bestest of nights. I want you to stare deeply into my eyes that are unmoving as I tell you that you're awesome. I appreciate you. Love y'all. And I will see you on Thursday. Until then, good night, everybody, and sweet dreams. Have an awesome night. I'll catch y'all on Thursday. Bye! Oh, this is weird.